Womanhood. Super, ain't it? You make a house a home, you're effortlessly beautiful, and manage tons of responsibility. Best part is, everyone knows you can do it. They don't even ask. They don't offer help. You just do it. Every day you get to use your superpowers to save the world. Isn't it great to have a cape? I'm over it. Women are the superheroes that save the world. We know it all, do it all, and be it all. But here, we just talk about it all. Welcome to the Surviving Superwoman Show, where we take the capes off and tell our truth. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Surviving Superwoman Show. It's your girl, Missy. What's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Des.
What's up, Des? What's up, Missy? It's DJ. What's going on, y'all?
Hey.
What's going on?
It feels so good to be back. Every time we come back, I'm just like, I'm back with the girls again, back with the super women.
Okay.
So, we have an interesting topic on the table for you guys today. But before we get into it, we got to get into the mental health check-in. So go ahead, DJ. Take that away.
So we got to keep it 3 words or less. So we go start with this. How you doing?
She got a problem with me today, huh? I'm doing good. Y'all, DJ been shady all day. I don't know what the beef is, but it's war, okay?
She got her cute pink pants on today.
I know, she look cute or something.
Yeah.
I accept the challenge. That's what I accept, okay?
Yeah.
She playing games with me. It's on.
It's on.
Anyway, how am I doing today? I don't know. A little attacked.
Girl, bye.
No, I am, I'm okay. What do I got going on today? How am I feeling? Anxious, but okay. But anxious.
Anxious, but okay. Them your 3 words?
Anxious, but okay. Anxious.
Okay, so 4. Bet.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Missy, how you
There's
doing?
2 words in the middle.
I am chilling. Outside. The summer's coming. I'm about to be outside. So I'm chilling, but I'm about to be outside. And what's the last one? I don't know. I guess content. I mean, everything is everything. I don't really have another word.
Okay.
Yeah. So how you doing, DJ? What's your 3?
My 3, I am limbo. Like I feel like I'm just floating. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, where I'm going, where I'm just kind of here. I still feel avoidant. I don't want to deal with feelings and things, so I'm real avoiding. And aware. I'm becoming more aware.
Okay.
I'm trying to check my anger and flipping out.
That's
And
good.
I know when I need some space, when I need to go, okay, I need to go calm down. Count, like, I'm working on it.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good step from last episode, because she was talking about how she
I was snapping at
needs
everybody.
to work on it. Yeah. I mean, listen, we all have our moments, baby. I remember being a kid and my grandma had enough. And she started fucking shit up. It was just one of them days. And then, they come back and, but everybody had them times, so learning. Okay.
Amen.
So thanks for that mental health check-in, ladies. Now we're going to introduce the topic for today. And I'm gonna let Des do that, because this is all her. So go ahead, Des.
I wouldn't say it's all me, but today we're gonna talk about a little bit about identity mixed with our values, mixed with trauma. And so
That sounds like a terrible drink. I hope that's not a cocktail.
Oh,
It
it's the best one for you though. It's the best one for you. So, trauma has a very bad rep, right? We all know the word trauma. We all hear the word trauma is bad. It's all this negativity and all that.
That's what trauma made me want to do.
Yeah, it makes a lot of people want to do that. Like, and a lot of other things, like so many things. And so I really think that it's important for people to change their perception of trauma or its role in your life. So
That's interesting.
Yeah, like just it's really literally, yep. I think it's really just about examining the role trauma plays in your life. And so I just kind of want to dig deeper into it. Because I look at my trauma as my best friend. And people always look at me like I'm crazy when I say that. But
I look at mine as my enemy.
Yeah. And
everybody does.
Yeah, we've been programmed to think that. Like, as soon as you hear trauma, it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
So,
And it's this thing you got to get out of you and away from you and just run as fast as you can. And I feel it because it's a painful ass situation. But, I just kind of want to dig into what all trauma does to you, for you, all those type of things. So today we're talking about my best friend trauma.
Not my best friend trauma.
Yay.
The ops trauma. The fuck?
Right.
It's like, nah. But, okay. So, now we're going to get into the reading of the Cape rights, right?
Yes, because they're very important with this topic.
Yes. So, like she said, we're talking about trauma, something that most people don't like to talk about. Or when we do talk about it, we don't really talk about it. We just kind of talk about it. So, before we get into it, we're going to do the reading of the Cape rights. So, I'm going to say it and then you guys are going to repeat after me, okay? I am not a superhero.
I am not a superhero.
I'm taking my cape off.
I'm taking my cape off.
And my only obligation is to tell my truth.
And my only obligation is to tell my truth.
Good job, ladies. Good job. Okay. So, like Dad said, we're about to have this discussion. I'm not very excited about it.
So nervous.
I'm not very excited about it at all. She's talking about some identity and some values.
You huffing and puffing.
You always want to dig deep. Like what?
This sounds like it's gonna be terrible.
It's
However, I'm excited to see what I'll learn today.
The experience of a superwoman is multi-layered. And a lot of times being a superwoman, you can't always get to the layers unless you put a little work in. So, it's just important for me to always throw a little razzle dazzle in there, especially for mental health. Every couple episodes gonna have something in there. I mean, we just got to. It's the only way. Superman is only Superman if his mind right.
I mean, I guess so.
It's true.
All right, so let's get into some superpowers and some kryptonite since we're talking about Superman.
Absolutely. Actually, Missy, what is your superpower when dealing with trauma?
I think my trauma, because it just helps me acknowledge, certain things. I think it makes me more empathetic. I think the fact that I've been through things and I've experienced emotions and experiences that hurt, you know what I mean? I mean, happy ones and hurtful ones. I think it just makes me empathetic. I'm just more willing to listen and kind of see where other people are coming from. So I guess that's a superpower from my trauma.
It is.
That was kind of hard to think about though, because we think of trauma so negatively. So it was kind of hard to come up with something positive, but empathy is good.
It. Yeah. I like that. That's good. DJ, what you got?
I don't know if mine is positive. My superpower and my kryptonite is the same thing.
Well, then that's probably not the answer, but maybe.
I don't know if it can be the same thing, but I'm able to disassociate. So I'm able
the
to
time when you use it.
So I'm still able to do what I need to do, still handle the children, still go to work. I'm able to not let whatever I'm going through impact. Like my grades was always good. Like it never impacted.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
But at the same time, it's I'm not dealing with it. So that's why at the same time it's kind of both.
Yeah, I actually do understand that.
Yep, me too. I like that. That was good.
Yeah.
You did good.
It took a minute for me to think about that.
My superpower is being able to respond to chaos
Yeah.
with a level head.
Okay.
So I was able to be a CPS worker. I was able, you know what I'm saying, like very young, just able to be in situations where most people's head is flying off the shelf to be able to stay level headed in it and figure out
not
what
panic.
and figure out what needs to be done and handle it. And then, I might cry for some hours later.
Yeah.
But right now, this needs to get done. So that's my superpower. What about your kryptonite, Missy?
Ooh. My kryptonite when it comes to my trauma is that sometimes I don't realize I'm triggered until I'm balls deep into being triggered. Like
Yeah,
It's too late at that
because
That's good.
yeah, because sometimes things happen and like you have a leg to stand on and you start off right and everything, but because it's so personal to you, you don't realize that you're literally in the heat of overreacting. Saying things you don't mean, and then I don't sometimes, especially if it's like super triggering, I don't realize that I've gotten triggered until I'm already I done already said too much, I done already got too loud, done got the rah you know what I mean. So that's my kryptonite. Sometimes I'm already gone before I realize, like, damn, actually
I probably should have.
I didn't need to act this way. And it's not this person that I'm talking to that I'm
mad
actually
at.
talking to.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so that's my
get that.
kryptonite.
I get that. Okay, DJ, you want to talk about yours a little bit?
I mean, mine. So mine. When I disassociate, I don't deal with it at all. Which that's not a good answer, but that's my answer to a lot of shit is to ignore it, don't deal with it, avoid it. All that type of thing. Just put it on the shelf, and we'll get to it later, maybe at some point. But it'll come out at the wrong time.
I was just about to say.
So
So
it's-
you put it as your kryptonite for a reason. So, like when you say it comes out at the wrong time, like what does that look like? Like what's the situation or like?
So it'll be. So if you have one of them days where it's just everything that can go wrong, right? So you didn't have some bullshit that happened at work. You get home, the kids is nagging, screaming, all of this, and I'm just trying to keep it together, and I'm just getting more annoyed, and I'm trying to ball it up. Cornelius might say something to me, just something, and I'm triggered, right? And then I'll sit there and I'll be so triggered which has happened. C4 come up to me, my oldest son, and he'll do something, and I will just, I will snatch him up, or I will just lash out right then, just at him, right? Not even, not my husband, the little one. And literally, right then, I'm like, oh shit. Hold on. He's still a kid. But it's
you dump it right back in yourself and lock it up some more.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm sitting there thinking about all of the stuff that didn't happen. It's really not all of this little petty stuff. I'm always I'm still hurt and angry and all of those things.
It's the big
but
stuff.
it's all of the little stuff is just giving me something to be mad at. And then it'll pop off literally when I don't mean it to.
Yeah.
Especially not with the kids. You don't want it to come out with your kids.
Yeah.
Right.
But shit happens.
It does.
Yeah. Yep.
I do make it a point to say, Mommy, sorry, shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I understand that I need to know when I'm wrong. He needs to know that I know that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, I like that.
What's yours? Your kryptonite.
So my kryptonite is actually a little similar to what DJ said, because in the heat of the moment, I can stay level-headed and I can kind of work, through it. I don't necessarily have to deal with it later, which that's a lie. I do have to, but I don't. And so it just kind of sits, and it comes out a few ways. I might blow up. To be honest, I don't blow up a lot. That's why thank God for my husband, because I do be blowing up on him. But, and that's not okay in any space, you know, and I don't do it often, but I have been through times where I was doing it more than I should have. And I had to realize that more than anything, it was because it was my safest place.
The people closest to you kind of catch it the most.
Yes, they do.
And it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is.
Yep. And so because he's one of my safest places, he was one of the ones that kind of feel it. But I recognized that and kind of started working on that. And what I don't blow up at all, it goes onto my body. And so I'm a big body trauma holder. Like, I can feel it in my neck. I can feel it in my shoulders. I can feel it in my back. I can feel it in my freaking ankles. Like, when I am stressed out or just got done being stressed out or something is like, my whole body shuts down. Like, people who know me know I get sick. I get sick. This is the only time I get sick. I don't get sick from being outside with a wet head and the cold. You know what I mean? All the stuff your granny say. I get sick when shit hits the fan or something is high intense. And we're done with it. My body has now worked to get through it. And it's like, whoo. And so it's holding it in and just letting it fester is my kryptonite. So, but I want to thank you ladies so much for answering those questions. That was a good little warm-up exercise.
Girl, not that
to
was
get
only
to
the
day.
Not that only was the foreplay.
It was just a nice little warm-up. You know, you go into class and the teacher got the little question on the board. That's what that was.
That was bell work.
Bell work. That's what that was. Thanks for the bell work, ladies.
Girl.
And so one of the things that I just absolutely am kind of infatuated with trauma is that we are actually really born as like blank canvases. And all of these good, bad, and indifferent things happen to us to build the puzzle pieces and the blocks of who we are. And I just really, really, really love to kind of have a moment where people explore themselves and figure out the good, the bad, and the ugly that build who they are. Because some of the most beautiful things, at least in my experience, about myself that I love the most some of them came from very tough times. You know what I mean? Like, some of them came from very, very, very trying situations, and that you don't really realize it until after you come out of it. I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. I'm a true believer that the journey is really the goal. And so, you know, stuff happens. Trauma sucks. It really does. But I think there's just other ways to look at it. So today I want to ask y'all in a discussion about a lot of different things, right? But I want to start with our values, because I think discussing values is something that it's really cool. Like, it really makes the building blocks of who we are. It's always buried in our values. So, like, when you hear values, and there's no wrong answer, but like, what is your 3 biggest values for yourself?
For myself, I would say my 3 biggest values would be grit, stability, and independence. I have a few more, but those, I think, are my big 3. Like, especially when it comes to like the standard I hold myself to more than anything else. So,
mine are be kind, do what you love, and family. Like, family is everything.
Okay. What about you, Des?
So independence was the very first thing that I thought of. That that has been draped upon me since day 0. The importance of being independent and needing to be independent, even if you're not. Just the importance of, if you ever need to be, you need to be able to pop. Like, you need to be able to grow them feet real quick. There's no in between. Unconditional love. So family matters to me too. But I have learned that it doesn't matter as much if I think it's fake. And I hate that, but that is like it's the unconditional love. And I get, that's a debate in itself whether or not any love is really unconditional. But, I need you. It matters. The people who I love because I love them, even if their flaws get on my absolute nerves, but I'm still there. I'm still loving. And it is very important to me that the people who love me for who I am. So, and then my last one is to push through. Exactly what I said my superpower was. Get it done. Like, we don't have time to get caught up in whatever you getting caught up in, okay? Hence is why I went viral this weekend.
Right.
It's literally from that. I'm like, yeah, volunteer.
Yeah.
Volunteer. I don't care. And so those are my 3.
Okay.
So now, you guys got your list, right, of your 3. When you think about those 3, which of those are related to traumatic experiences?
Shit.
All of them. Every
Right.
one.
How so? Each of you can give us like one, your biggest one.
For me, stability is a big thing. My parents both struggled with like addiction, and so me and my siblings weren't necessarily raised in the same household. Now we weren't separated to the point where we didn't get to see each other and spend time with each other, but we were raised by like different grandparents.
Okay.
And my grandmother that I was raised by, like I feel like the stability of her household saved my life. Like. So I think stability is just really important. And when I say stability, like it's not just about having what you need, but like having who you need around you too. Like the village and stuff is a part of that.
Yeah. Love it.
And it doesn't always look traditional, which is why I didn't use the word family. I use stability because it's about just having the people and like your needs just solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, stability for sure. Because my very early years, we didn't have that, and then things just got better, and I started to feel okay and safe once things got stable for me as a kid. So stability for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I would say doing what you love.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is that nobody in my family has actually had a career. The job and a career are 2 different things. Or
Touché.
even a job that they like.
Yeah.
It's just, this is what I'm doing.
Make the dollars.
This is what's going to pay the bills. And, I got seniority, then been here for 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Then been at the plant for 30 years and did this. And that's
it's
just
about staying consistent.
It's literally, I know this is what's going to pay my bills and that's it. I'm not taking no chances. I'm not, this is cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, I actually got a career. I actually love my job. I love my little 9 to 5.
Okay,
period.
I love my little 9 to 5. It pays very well.
Yeah.
At the crib, okay?
Yeah, right. Work from home. I love what I do, though. I've always loved my management. Like, I've always just been, honestly, lucky enough to be put around a good corporate environment.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is. That's
but
amazing.
Nobody in my mom or dad's side, nobody has had that before me.
That's crazy. Because, like, when you were saying your values, like, do what you love, does not sound like something that could be connected to trauma.
At
like,
all.
off the bat.
At all.
You know what I mean? Because it sounds so, like, positive. And it's
like you're running through the field.
it's giving reading rainbow. You can you can be whoever you want to be. And make sure you do what you love. And it's like, off the bat, it did not sound connected to trauma. And I was not expecting you to use that one, but
I
it
see
makes
my
sense.
aunts, my mom, they just trapped in the same cycle. And you just see it day in and day out. And this is it. And they doing the same thing day in and day out. I'm like, I don't want that.
That was a good one.
It's hard.
Okay.
want that.
It's hard
That
to
was a
watch,
good
too.
one.
It is.
It's very hard to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, DJ. I love that. So mine, the one that I would say that's most connected to trauma. I'm gonna say the unconditional love. Because my growing up, my dad had some issues with drugs, but I have a very, very, very large family, and everybody look alike. And so naturally, and I thank God because it doesn't happen as much anymore because we're all a lot older. But as a kid, at least I felt compared to everybody constantly. And, you have to do your hair like this cousin, and you need to go to this school like this cousin, and you need to do this like this.
This like her?
And yep.
That gotta be hard.
Especially because you know that you're like a part of the quote unquote black sheep area. And I don't think anybody did it necessarily maliciously, but that's just kind of what happened. Like, it definitely, I even think it came from some places of wanting to help. Yeah. But it was lots and lots of comparing, lots and lots of you need to do this way. One of my reactions to trauma and the way that I dealt with stuff as a kid was perfectionism. And so I spent a lot of time trying to be all of these versions of all of these people that I supposed to take on. And not just be, you need to be better because your daddy, is the problem.
And it's like living like that is like you never feel like you get there. Even when
you never do
what they say.
You never do.
They still never satisfied.
It's never enough.
Yeah,
like, damn.
Yes. You never get like that. That's the big thing of it. You never get the confirmation that you're looking for.
Like,
and
okay,
eventually,
you did it. Good job.
Yeah. And eventually you realize that the confirmation got to come from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really about anybody else. It has to come from you. But, it is extremely important to just be loved, just as is.
Yeah.
Be like, without having to run the stats and check this with this, and is you doing this? And just down, like, and I'm sure he never even realized it, but my dad used to talk about, like, your hair needs to be longer, your nails need to be long, like, all the time, like just
you
the
had
smallest,
to, that's wild.
like, being loved, it was something you had to do in order to be deserving of it. It's something you got to earn and work for.
And he was insecure too, and I didn't realize that at the time. But it's like, such and such hair growing. Your mama needs to get some of that grease, or why you biting your nails, or like, and that's the small things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just some things that I remember, and it's like, ugh. Like, and so it took me a long time to be like, damn, I'm actually pretty dope. Like, I used to think it was a fluke all the time. Like, why do they like me? Like, why do they, not why do they like me, but why why is this working? Why is this, then I had to realize eventually because you're dope, it happens. Yep. But even in my dopeness, I guess, I'm still very critical of people because I need you to like me in my non-dopeness and in my, like, I need you to like me in the non-dopeness and in the dopeness. Like, I need you to like me in all of those spaces. So, and if I don't think you do, then you're not considered on that level with me. And I'll tell you to your face. I want to make sure those are very clear. Yeah. So, yeah, long story short, unconditional love. But, isn't that interesting?
It is. Because, once again, like, all of these things sound like beautiful things. And they are beautiful things. But you just hearing the words, you don't automatically make that connection to trauma.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even stability. You know what I mean? It's just, like, interesting where these things come from.
Yep. And I mean, don't get me wrong, right? There are some levels of trauma that are outrageous and healing from them are extremely difficult. But I still do believe that there's some beauty in that. And I think that when we're looking at ourselves, we kind of have to be able to find that little silver lining to be able to kind of push through it.
Yeah. And it's like, I think our values are kind of ways that we've put into our minds on how to fix whatever we felt was broken.
Absolutely.
So, like, feeling picked at or constantly criticized made you like unconditional love.
Absolutely.
And like, being unstable makes stability is the answer. You get what I'm saying? It's like,
yep. No, I mean, think about it. If you see a table with holes in it, you're gonna focus on the holes. You're not gonna focus on the part that the table's there. Like, and that's just a natural human thing. And so before we even realize it, like, we're always operating in like a deficit space because we're always focusing on what's not there.
Yeah, what's missing?
What's missing?
That's
what do I
one
need
of
to
those
feel?
cognitive distortions.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure. Look at you.
Disqualifying the positive. I be doing my reading. Okay,
right,
come on, Golden Summit. I be doing my
Let
reading.
me find out. DJ done read a handout or two.
Listen.
I be reading them.
So now DJ done brought it up.
Now she done did homework from next week.
Girl, she early.
Girl,
Okay.
period.
Well, let's get into what cognitive distortions are since DJ done art. Do you want to give us a little bit of what you tell us what a cognitive distortion is?
Is
You want me to start?
yes.
Okay.
Because I don't.
I was about to say that's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I
Okay.
can pick some.
No. You absolutely can. So trauma, right? We all know what trauma is. It's a negative experience or effect on our life. Long story short. And it creates everlasting consequences, pretty much. So these consequences are pretty much basically when trauma happens, your feelings or your body or other things are hurt, right? And so your body and your mind is developed specifically to protect you. That's why when you get sick, your white blood cells start boom, 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 fighting, punch, 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 psh, psh, psh. You know, the viruses and diseases to get them out your body. Trauma, the reaction of trauma is the same thing. Your body is trying to fight the trauma. So there are certain things that your brain naturally does to protect you. So if something happens and it kind of affects, if something happens and it affects your values and your identity, it also literally affects how your brain pieces things together. Right. So cognitive distortions are ways that your brain has distortedly, like, put things together in order to make it over that tough time.
Okay.
Right. So it doesn't have to make sense. It just needs to get me over.
Okay.
Right.
So you start filling in holes on your own.
Yes.
In different ways.
Yes. Yep. Ways that make you feel comforted, but they may not be reality.
Right.
Actually, as a distortion, it's not reality.
It's like,
Right.
yeah, because I used to, like, you get in arguments with your boyfriend or something like that, right?
Yep.
And, like, I will always say, like, well, if I'm asking you a question or if I'm asking you and I'm not getting an answer, then I'll feel, I just start filling in stuff myself.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, well, if you don't tell me, then I'm just going to assume.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just like, because your brain can't make sense of something, this is your brain.
Because it's hurt.
Yeah. It's like how you were saying the holes in the table. This is your brain trying to fill in the holes in the table.
Yep. And what you have to realize is that once the hole is filled, it's filled. So now when you are in other situations that trigger that same part of your brain, it reacts in that same way. And so you'll do things in other situations and you're operating from a cognitive distortion place. Like it's coming from something that's not
something your
reality.
brain made up to
Pretty
fill
much.
in holes.
Pretty much. Like for me, a big one of mine is should statements, right? I literally catch my actual brain saying, I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have did this. Oh, I will wake up out of my sleep like, dang, I should have, or something can go amazing, right? Like, example, like I put on these conferences recently, a bunch of them, but the biggest one was the Parents Are Heroes conference. I spent, after everybody gone, the conference over at 3:00, it's like 4:00, I'm sitting in the hotel lobby, the hotel restaurant, and it was like 5:00. I'm sitting in the hotel lobby because I was getting drinks. And,
Go ahead and try to fix that shit.
But I'm sitting there in my brain, and I'm sitting there with my team, and my brain is constantly going, dang, we should have did this. We should have did that. And I'm getting nothing but positive feedback in all spaces.
Yeah.
But it's still, but they not going to tell me. They just ain't saying, they just being polite. They just being nice. And it's like, girl, maybe it was good, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like that's an example of a cognitive distortion.
And for our audience, we do have a handout because Des know all this shit,
Sure
but
do.
we don't.
Sure don't.
So we got a
I'm
handy
reading
dandy
my
handout
notes,
here
okay?
that we had to read and study and be familiar with for this episode so we can hang with Des. So
Yes, ma'am.
when you hear us talking all this shit, it ain't because we really know it. Des only really know it.
Now, I will say, I would like for everybody, if you're listening, to Google cognitive distortion so that you can get a list. I'm going to just name a few of them really quick that are kind of big that people know. But magnification and minimization. I don't know if I said that right, but y'all know what I'm saying. Minimization. That extra N feels so weird. But,
It ain't supposed to be in there.
I'm saying it wrong? Minimization. Minimization.
Minimalization.
Minimalizer. It's the L that wasn't there. Minimalization.
Yeah, but anyway.
Okay. Listen.
Sorry.
Phonics, okay? Reading Rainbow. All right, so magnification and minimalization. Okay, come on. L-lazation. So that is about exaggerating or minimizing the importance of certain things in your life. So depending on what can keep you kind of coddled in a space or keep you feeling safe, you can, oh, he didn't really mean that, or oh, he definitely meant that. Like it can go both of those ways. So that's a big one. Magical thinking, the belief that your actions or emotions or your influence for unrelated situations, like it'll just happen. Like, oh my goodness.
I got a good example.
What?
I used to be like, don't put an emoji by that nigga name because you put an emoji by his name,
As
he
soon
gonna
as
start
you
acting
do.
up. As soon as you give him an
you do.
emoji,
Magical
he don't know how to motherfucking
thinking.
act no more. One ain't got nothing to do with the other.
And if
but
I had to put that emoji
Yeah.
soon as you get, I
happens.
still stand by that.
Yep.
Soon as you give him that, listen, my husband just got an emoji.
Okay.
Because soon as you give him one,
Yep.
They start acting up.
I don't care what, that ain't no distortion. That's facts. That's facts.
Did I mention that you believe? So the thing,
Delusional.
Delusional.
the tricky thing about distortions is that you believe that they are real. That's why you have to educate yourself so that you can identify them, because you're always gonna believe that they're real.
That's why I like talking to therapists. Since you got your degree and you know every motherfucking thing.
I don't. When it comes to my distortion,
I said what I said. I'm just playing. But no,
another
go
one
ahead.
is jumping to conclusions. And then there's like subcategories of mind reading and fortune telling. Let me tell you, baby, I'm a Cancer. Let Elijah come at me wrong. I got the full story. I know what he thinking. I know what everybody else thinking. I know what happened. I can see it playing out in my head.
Baby, it ain't
it's
even
a
gotta
movie.
be happening to me. It
It's
ain't
a
even gotta
movie.
be happening to me. It could be somebody else's situation.
And I know what it is.
I done
I know
the whole
played
scenario.
The whole shit out.
Okay.
And then called somebody and told them.
Okay.
Yep.
What happened? What I
Yeah,
want to
what
do?
what I done came up with.
Okay.
So when it actually happened in real life,
Okay.
I was right.
And your mama's a bee. Okay. All that. Okay.
Now look, cause soon as she do that shit,
Yep.
then this, that, and the third gonna
Yep.
happen. Then watch, see what I tell you. Just watch.
Oh my God.
That's me all day.
It is.
I am a fortune.
so bad.
Miss Cleo, call me now. Fortune teller.
Okay. Everything.
Fortune teller.
I was a fly on the wall. I know exactly what happened.
And
I know him.
And got the
See?
nerve to
I
call
know
this
her.
shit intuition. Into my third eye zone.
It's
I know
on,
what the
baby.
fuck going on.
Okay. I know exactly how he said it.
Yep.
It ain't and not even what he said. I know the
Now watch.
comments.
Look. Now watch. Soon as she take her ass home.
Yep.
Listen. Okay, and don't get on the phone with another person
Yep.
that's
Listen. Been done made it.
also
Girl.
don't
Fuck
be
what
a
they
fortune
said.
teller
I'm
and get on the
right.
phone with a mind reader.
Oh
Y'all
my
just
God. Listen.
a mess.
He's saying he said that because it is, but that ain't why he said that shit. He said that shit because X, Y, Z. Because fuck what the person told you.
Yeah.
No,
and
I
communicated
know it.
to you.
I
It don't
know.
matter.
You done
I
made
know
up
it.
in your mind.
Because you know he said this, but I already know I can read
See, this
between
is
that.
the delusion we talk about. You
Yeah.
really know.
Yeah.
Because
You
of the
think you know.
tone.
This is why your best friend is toxic. Like, understand that this is why your best friend is toxic. Because you and her living in y'all cognitive distortions on the
fortune
phone.
told and jumped to conclusions.
Okay.
And the shoulda,
The
all
whole way.
motherfucking.
Okay. And then another one, the last one I
Black
just want to
women got
bring
this
up.
bad. I'm gonna just say this.
We got a lot of
this
trauma.
bad.
We got a lot.
We
of
got this
trauma.
bad.
We got
I'm everything on this list.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
That's
But most
crazy.
people are, especially people who are saving the world. You know what I'm saying? Saving their
Right.
version of the world. Like, I'm sure Superman got them too.
Yeah.
You know, I guarantee it. The last one that I know for sure we got it bad at this table that I just want to make sure
Who's
I
she
bring
talking
up
to?
real quick.
Who's she talking to? Because she just came for me.
Sure did. It's all or nothing thinking. And so
Yes.
I know my team and I know what we got. And we all will be like, we make full business decisions on all or nothing thinking. Like full business decisions on it.
Who is we? Last time I checked, this was you.
Oh, now it's me. Make sure we get that on camera. Now it's me. Now it's just mine. Yeah.
I don't.
No, we make full business decisions based off of all or nothing thinking. We will spend a bunch of money off of it. We will spend no money off of
Why she
it.
keep grouping me in?
Because you are in it heavy. You have high opinions in the spaces. And so, an example of all or nothing thinking is like, okay, if he can't call me every day at 5:00, I don't want to deal with him. Like, you know, or if he can't pay my bills, I'm done with him. He's not worth it. And I'm saying that on purpose to my sisters out there. Y'all be all or nothing thinking a little bit too much for me, child.
You got to stop that
You
shit.
know, we got people who are multi-leveled.
And
People
I'm gonna
who
take it
have
up to another
many
level
things.
because I get real bad all or nothing thinking when I'm hurt and disappointed. Like things don't happen on my time and I don't never get my way. Why things never go the way I need it to go. I'm never gonna be able to get this house. I'm never gonna fall in love. I'm never gonna find a person. I'm never
Yep.
and
You
like
never support me.
Yes.
You never do. Yep.
nobody gives a fuck about me.
Yep.
Nobody's ever there for
Yep.
me. I'm always this and everybody always that.
Yep.
And like, that's crazy.
I didn't realize I had it until.
And really be crying about that shit. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
Deep in my feelings. And then I snap out of it or realize, like, oh, shit, you on your period, girl. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay.
I didn't know I had it until I started hurting my husband's feelings about it. Because he would be offended. Like, what do you mean I did it this time. This
Yeah.
like, this is the time. Like,
you never show up for me.
Yep.
You never protect me. And, ooh,
and he
we
like,
gotta
well.
stop doing that. Because I can say
You
being on the
actually do.
receiving end of that
That's hurtful.
is hurtful as hell.
It
Never.
is.
I've
Never.
never.
Yeah. Out of
I don't
everything.
never take care of you.
Yeah.
I don't never.
Nope. Yeah.
I had to change it to say you don't do it enough.
Or this time you
Or
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not that
yeah.
because it's never is not accurate.
Yeah. It's
It's
not.
just the word never.
Yeah, but that's the key though, all or nothing. Because when you even saying it out loud to other people, yeah, but when you get into that conversation with yourself, you're also saying that to yourself. You telling yourself you don't have anybody who cares about you. You don't have anybody who loves you. You don't have any place to be yourself. You have nothing, right? You put yourself. I'm a big all or nothing because we can.
I think more privately than anything.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It
I'm an
is.
all or nothing with myself.
I'll be all or nothing in myself into depression.
Me too. Me too.
I'm sitting here thinking, making this revelation, like, oh my God, I don't
Like,
get my way.
I be stressing
the
myself
all or
the fuck
nothing
out.
is
Yep.
everybody hates me.
Everybody.
Nobody loves me.
I know I probably said in the past 3 days. Like, I'm sure I just said
Yes.
that I don't get any help. Nobody supports me. Nobody nothing. You
Nobody
know.
gives a fuck.
Yep. Yep.
I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and nobody hears me.
That's me all day.
Oh my goodness, dramatic.
Yep. You ain't have to come at me like that.
Girl, I was talking about me. That be me.
And I'm like, you ain't
I
gotta
be
be.
sitting there crying full blown tears, all or nothing, making shit up.
So
That's crazy.
I know we went through a couple of them, but like, okay, let me explain a little bit more, right? So the cognitive distortions are basically the reactions of your body trying to protect itself. So here's the tea. Here's why I call trauma my best friend. It's these little things right here. Because think about it. Don't y'all all got a friend that love you to the end of the world, baby? She gonna fight your man, your mama, your cousin, and whoever else need because they riding for you. They don't trust nobody. They don't like your new friends, and they not trying to have it.
They ain't going.
We all know somebody like that, whether it be your cousin, your friend, your homegirl. It's somebody in your life that is so protective.
Gang.
That you have to manage them. You can't take them around all your other friends. You gotta place the right people in the right situation.
Can't give them too much to drink.
Definitely can't give them too much to drink. Gotta make sure everything. Can't have them around too much. That, for me, in my world of thinking, is your cognitive distortion. Because you're all or nothing thinking that nobody loves me, because no, we cutting that off. Nobody loves you. We not about to keep getting hurt. Let's just stay where we at with me, myself, and I. We're not doing that, friend. No. Didn't he hurt you before?
Yep.
Don't he always hurt you? Don't he always cause these problems? And he always belittling you? Like, think about the friend that's talking about that nigga show. Like,
You always do this. You always go back.
Yep.
You always listen to what these niggas tell you.
Yep. All of that.
Always fucking with a broke nigga.
Yep. He ain't got no money. Like, what are we doing? Like, that is... That's a cognitive. That's your cognitive distortion, basically. Like, no, friend, no, that's the friend you gotta hold back. Like, okay, I know you ready for me. I know you love me. I know you trying to make sure I'm good, but I want to try it with this guy. And that friend still gonna be like, no,
don't do that. Yep. Remember that last time?
He did that? He said this. Nope. You should keep a nigga on the side.
That magical thinking.
Yeah.
Last light-skinned nigga you fucked with.
Okay. Right?
Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Nothing. Two different people.
Yep.
The last nigga that was nice to you.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
I hear so many of my sisters. I love y'all. Hear me. I love y'all. But in these Facebook groups, through social media, and honestly just talking, oh my God, I run into so many people who self-sabotage.
Yep.
Like, a guy is too nice, too sweet, too thoughtful,
it gotta
too
be
this,
something
too
wrong.
that, and it gotta be something wrong. And so you jump ship before you find out what it is.
Yep.
And the thing is, everybody...
It might not be nothing wrong.
Well, there's nobody perfect. It's gonna be something with everybody.
Whatever they flaw is might not even be that
might be
deep
manageable.
To you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because everybody flaws lay differently on everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So some things that don't matter to some people matter a ton to other people. So if it just doesn't work for you, it doesn't. But I want to make sure I point that out. Like, baby, I need us to stop self-sabotaging, because we do that. And not saying there's not a lot of things that the other side need to do, but this conversation is for us, about us, and by us. So my message is, give yourself the chance. Take the risk. You got a hell of a best friend that's coming behind you. You know what I'm saying? You're not dumb. Your brain is smart. Your brain knows how to protect you. Your body knows how to protect you. Yeah, the shit is going to hurt. It does hurt. But it's also amazing. And that's friendships, relationships, jobs, whatever it is. But it's amazing when it pops. And if it doesn't, there's a lesson in there that's giving you a new best friend that's about to help you with some new shit.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if it don't work, you ain't gonna die. You'll be all right.
That's what I had to learn how to ask myself. Like, go all the way to the extreme. Like, am I gonna die? I guess
like,
I'm not gonna die.
Yeah,
I've been through worse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die. Like, it's not gonna literally kill me. So,
I remember,
we've all probably done shit that's closer to literally killing you than any of this.
And one thing that somebody said to me before that has always stuck with me. This was like after like my first real heartbreak, like the one where you can't breathe and you don't even want to see people. And somebody was like, I mean, I know your feelings is hurt, but your arms still work, your legs still work, your heart still beating. What's the real problem here? You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's the problem is that you didn't get your way.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know what I mean? And it was just one of those things like, we catastrophize, and things hurt. I mean, emotions matter.
I don't want to.
I don't want to minimize the way things feel.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we just shouldn't always run away from possibly fulfilling experiences just because you think you might get hurt.
Yeah, it's
like
just
they
about
yelling
taking
at
that
me.
risk. It's about understanding and learning from the experiences that you had. Yes, absolutely. So you can go into it protecting yourself differently, you know? When younger boys get older in football, they have to be refitted for their pads. They have to be refitted for their helmet. You know what I mean? Because if not, the protection that was there before is not there. Like, it's the same. You got to grow your protection, but you have to still go back into the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is what matters.
Exactly.
You can't not go into the game because you grew out of your helmet.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Yep.
So, yeah. So it's very important, at least in my opinion, to just have a different perception of what trauma really is for you, you know, and what it's doing. And understand, I was watching this TED Talk. I wish I remember who it was. I got to go back. I'm going to put it in the comments once I figure it out. But I was watching a TED Talk about emotion, and the speaker gave the visual of taking your emotions and your different experiences and your lessons and things that make up as you, and imagine yourself in a car, and all of them are in the back seat. And for some reason in my brain, I imagine them as emojis. I don't know why, but that was my brain thing. A bunch of emojis sitting in the back seat, and they all mean different things. Anger, fear, you know, all of that. So these emojis are sitting in the back seat, and basically what the person said was, when you need one, you take that one out the back and put it in the front seat. Yep. And then when you don't, you put it back. And so you're carrying all of your stuff all the time. And so when your trauma needs to protect you, pull it out and let it protect you. When them red flags go off, when it feels like somebody's gaslighting you, when it feels like all those real things that you're dealing with a real narcissist, when those things come out, use that red flag, use them experiences from your trauma, and get the fuck on. But your trauma cannot sit in the front seat all the time.
Yeah.
It got to go back. Yeah. It got to be some risk taking that got to come and sit in the front. It got to be some courage that come up there.
You have to remain in control. You
Yes.
can't let all your fears and the past hurt and stuff take control. Of the front seat. Yeah.
This is so interesting because I never looked at it that way. Even before the summit, I still never looked at it like that. Like that explanation, yes, but associating that with the word trauma, it just didn't click to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been conditioned to just think it's a very tough, nasty thing.
Yeah.
And it is. It's just about, and I
Unchecked.
guess, yeah. Well, unchecked it is, but also it's just about, I guess what I say my superpower is being able to take a chaotic situation and pulling the lesson out of it and staying level-headed and figure out, how do I make this a better thing in my space? How do I use this for the positive? What is the lesson here? Where am I going with this?
Yeah.
You know, because the truth of the matter is everything, at least in my opinion, that happens to you, for you, and around you is feeding into whatever that future is. Because all of my traumatic experiences, I feel like, have prepared me for other things so far. Where it pops up later, it's like, oh, I guess that wasn't shit, huh?
Yeah.
You know. But really quickly, so I want to thank you guys for that conversation.
Yes.
It was really good.
I learned a lot.
I did.
It was very,
I
very
did.
interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
That's
good.
the thing. I thought it was going to be like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But no.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I just look at trauma differently now. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope you guys learned something. I definitely learned some things about myself as well. But real quick, before we leave, let's do our Fantastic Four. So because our values, our trauma, all of these experiences create the puzzle pieces of who we are, the Fantastic Four question today is, name 4 things that make up your identity. You got 4 words, 30 seconds, go.
My 4 is integrity, ambition, friendship, and perseverance.
Ooh. Those are good. What are yours?
Strong, loyal, funny, love the comedic side of things, and motherhood. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay.
That's good.
I don't know.
That's a part of your identity.
It is. I still don't know if that's...
Okay.
What about you, Des?
I am a caregiver, and not even in literal sense like a nursing home or nothing, but just I feel like I give care to people. determination, love, and I want to say peace so bad, but it ain't peace.
Hell no. You definitely the drama.
I want it to be peace, but I'm gonna say the drama because I'm gonna say the drama actually because I'm a Cancer baby and I know how to deal with the drama. So,
Period.
But yes, Missy, can you take us out?
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Surviving Superwoman show. As always, we want to steer meaningful, healing conversations amongst ourselves just because we do it all and we just need to be able to talk about it all.
Okay.
You can find us at goldengirlsgroup.org, and then Des is going to tell you everywhere else you can find our show.
Pretty much going to goldengirlsgroup.org is the best way that you're going to get to it. So, but we're on Apple, Spotify, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Specifically, though, if you go to goldengirlsgroup.org, it'll get you everywhere that you need. So, Missy did a good job.
Yeah. All right, so it's your girl, Missy. I love y'all. We will see y'all later.
It's your girl, Des. Thank y'all so much for joining me in this conversation. It was great.
What's up, y'all? It's DJ. I learned a lot today. I really did. I was in class today.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
See y'all later. We out.
Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you for being a friend.